Hey everyone, welcome back to Colourful Indian. I hope that you've been having a wonderful week. Today we're going to be doing something totally exciting and I can't wait to get into this. We're going to be unboxing Nomad's highly anticipated palette, Paradise Islands. I'm so thrilled that we get to do this today. So today, what's on the agenda? We've basically got the unboxing, we've got the two-tone skin swatch, and we've also got 6 tutorials. I know, like, it seems like a lot, but I really wanted to play with those colors. And you also have my in-depth review of, what I think right at the end of all of that. So if you're new here, I want to say welcome. My name is Ranita. I love anything related to makeup, and that's basically how this channel started. And if you've been visiting for some time, thank you so much for taking the time to check out one more of my videos. I really appreciate it, and I hope that you're excited for this palette because I can honestly tell you when I got the palette, I was just beaming like the sun. I was so happy. And now that everyone is here, let's take a journey to Paradise Islands. We're going to start with the unboxing. I will see you over there. Hey everyone, I am super excited because my latest Nomad palette has finally come in the mail and I just can't wait to show this to you. So we're going to do the whole unboxing. Let's begin. Alright, so I have it open and I love that turtle stamp. I'm so excited. I feel like I need to mentally prepare myself for how amazing this is going to be, but I wish I could save that. It's just so cute. I remember the last palette was a fox. Okay, let's do this. Guys, I'm so excited. Like, I can't even tell you how much this is. Okay. Oh gosh. Here we go. Oh my goodness. I had a feeling that there was going to be turtles. This is amazing. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait, let me just put that down. Let's go through the cards. Okay, so this is a spring palette, obviously. Escape with us to the Pacific Paradise Islands of Tahiti and Bora Bora. Oh my goodness, this sounds amazing. So it's Paradise Islands. How absolutely wonderful. So the palette has a rainbow of lush colors from sunrise pinks and colorful corals to a spectrum of rainforest greens and sea blues, 8 rich mattes, 8 glistening shimmers, and 2 duochromes. So excited about that. And they're going to be supporting 2 different organizations that protect the ecosystem. Okay, that is so awesome of them. I mean, they always do that. Your order was packed using eco-friendly materials, so that's wonderful. And yeah, here we go. Nomad Paradise Islands. How wonderful is this? I am so excited to open this. I have the biggest smile on my face right now, and the packaging, just look at this packaging. It is so beautiful. And oh, these are the colors. I'm so excited to get into this. I cannot even wait, and it's just so beautiful. I feel like I'm gonna love this one. I know I'm gonna love this one. This is me. Like this entire color scheme is just me. Oh my goodness. Okay guys, moment of truth. This is what it looks like at the back. As usual, it has that black thing and it says Paradise Islands. I'm so excited. Okay, let's open this. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Oh my gosh, these are beautiful. Look at that. The colors are absolutely stunning, and those turtles. I had the strangest, like, I don't know why, but like Nomad had posted like an update with a turtle, and I just had the feeling that I was going to see a turtle, and I'm seeing them, and I'm just so excited. Just look at these colors. They are absolutely gorgeous, perfect for the spring. I feel like these are, you've got your pinks up here, like it's just like how they described, and I love the fact that these are kind of like pastel-y colors too. They're not like super bright. I'm just so excited about this. Really beautiful. you know, just take a good look at how beautiful this palette is. It looks absolutely stunning. I'm going to be creating some gorgeous looks for you using this palette. I am so freaking excited. I cannot even begin to tell you how beautiful this is to me. Okay, so now that that's done, let's go into swatches. This is what the swatches look like inside. I'm gonna go outside and show you what they look like as well. So this is what the swatches look like in natural sunlight, and you can see that the shimmers are really, really bright and the mattes are super, super creamy. So now that that's done, let's go in and start the tutorials. Alright, so to start with, we're going in with a very, very bright blue called Huaoyin, and I'm going to take that and I'm just gonna put it somewhere around here. You can see how bright that color is on my brush. Oh my goodness. It's a very, very bright, beautiful blue, and I'm just putting it here because I'm going to be cutting out a crease. So I didn't want to get like too much of that, but it looks like a very, very vibrant blue, and I'm really liking that color so far. Okay, so let me just go and I'm going to tap a bit more of this color simply because I want to get that vibrancy. Okay, so now I'm going in with the shade Dolphin, just a lighter blue, and it's a matte shade, so I'm going to take that and I'm just going to use that to kind of blend out the first shade. I'm taking the next shade, which is Lizard, and I'm putting it right over here. So that's going to be my joining shade, and just bringing it down here. Right, so I'm going in with Tiki now, which is an obvious shade. It's a lighter matte green, and I'm going to be using that to blend out the shade over here, as well as merging that with that light blue. And just look at that. The color is so bright. And now that that's done, like this is what my eye is currently looking like, I'm going to go in and cut my crease. To do that, I'm using my Acid Rain Paint Blank Canvas by P. Louise. Okay, so the first shimmer shade I'm going in with is Turtle, and I'm putting it right over here towards the ends of my eyelids. So this is just to give you an idea of what the shimmer shades look like without, you know, any colored base. So this is on a white base, as you can see, and you can see what that pigment is looking like. It's actually a very, very pretty green. I'm going in immediately with Lizard because I want to make that transition look very, very smooth. So Lizard is that super, super dark green that I first applied. I'm gonna just take it halfway. Now I'm going in with the shade Fish, which is like this really pretty lime green that you can see. I'm putting it right there till about the center of my eyelid. I am now going in with the shade Shark, which is so pretty. I just love this light blue and I feel like it would look so good here. So I'm adding that and connecting it to that lime green. To get the best color payoff, I'm stamping my brush like into my eye. I also don't want to move that glitter to places, you know, that I don't want it going to. Okay, so the next shade I'm going to use is Whale. I thought that, you know, it'd be nice to have like a shade that brightens up that inner corner and just lift the entire look really. Hey everyone, so this is the first, look that I have done using the Nomad Cosmetics palette, and I have used quite a lot of shades in the palette today. I wasn't really sure what I was going for. I just decided to go with my feelings, and I ended up with all the, you know, cool, like, yeah, the blues and the greens, because I just love those colors, and I really didn't want to spoil like the patterns on the palette as well, so I was trying to like not touch them, and I tried so hard not to do that. But anyway, let me just tell you the shades that I have used. So today we've gone into this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm pretty sure there was 7. Yeah, dolphin and whale. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, there are 8 shades. Okay, yeah, so I went into 8 shades today, mostly because I just felt like, you know, the way the look was coming, it just looked very islandy and just very pretty, and I thought that this was, you know, going to be a good way to like showcase as many colors as I can in one look. So I hope that you like it. I actually really love the way that my eyes turned out. I was so excited just watching the way the colors worked and blended. So first impressions, the mattes, all of the mattes that I used are really pigmented. They are so pigmented, and I did not experience any fallout whatsoever. None. Zero. And I've been wearing this particular makeup now for at least 2 to 3 hours. It looks exactly the same. I don't have to touch it up. That's the one thing that I love about Nomad Cosmetics. And the shimmers were just gorgeous and to die for. I think what I've liked about the shimmers upon, you know, trying them just for the first time is that they're so pigmented. They're so pigmented and they're so sparkly. Like, they're just so shiny, and it just draws, you know, attention to the eyes. And that's exactly what I wanted, so I went in with that. And I did try the shade Whale. I'm not sure if that's the duochrome, but I thought it was really pretty, and I put it like right over here, which is, you know, the inner corner of my eye right over there. And I just loved that color. I really thought that it was a beautiful color. So I'm just gonna let you know the rest of the makeup details right now before we go on to the second look. So for my highlighter, I used the Ofra Signature palette, this middle shade right over here. I wanted to kind of, you know, keep that warm tone because I kind of feel like this is a very islandy thing, and yeah, I just felt like that would be the right shade to go for. And in terms of my lipstick, I used 2 shades from Juvia's Place, which are listed down in the description box, so check those out. The darker shade was Kebi, and then I used another peach one that I'm forgetting at the moment, so I will put it down there so that you guys can see if you're interested. And then I went over it with this Maybelline Shine Shot thing because I actually have a slight injury on my mouth and I didn't really want it to be too obvious with. Yeah, and I used a lot of eye pencils for this look as well, as you can probably see by looking at my under eyes right now. So I'm just going to show you my eye one more time. So that beautiful blue that you can see over there is Maven Beauty, and then right next to that is Revlon, which is, it's that like that super dark teal, and then we come into like a lighter teal over there, that is from BH Cosmetics. And right over here I used a black eyeliner from BH Cosmetics, and over here that's the Maybelline gel liner, which I always use for like every single one of my looks. So yeah, you should know which liner that is if you've been following me for some time. But anyway, first impressions of the palette are that I'm mind blown. I love the quality of the palette. I love the way the shades are. They are so beautiful and so vibrant on my skin tone, so I'm really happy about that. Okay, so I'll see you at the second look. This is the second look. I'm going in with the shade Seashell, which is a really pretty light purple, and it's so cute. It's like this adorable little pastel shade, which I really like, so you can see what it looks like at the moment. It's just so pigmented. I did not have to take that much on my brush. Now I'm going back in with the shade Dolphin, which is that light blue that I used in the first look, and you know that it was really vibrant, so I'm going to be connecting that to that purple that I've put over here. For the ends, I'm going in with the shade Stingray, which is a darker blue. It's like a bluey kind of green, and you can see that there's an obvious difference between that shade and this shade over here. Now I'm going in with the shade Shark. I'm going to be working backwards from this pastel shade, so I'm just going to be tapping it right over here at the ends of my eyes and taking it slightly to the middle, but not all the way in there. Barely any fallout happening. Like, there's a little bit over here, but that's not enough, you know, to make me go, oh, it's putting glitter everywhere. So it's really just a beautiful shade, and as you saw with the mattes, there was no fallout. There was none whatsoever. Okay, the next shade I'm going in with is Whale, which is that really beautiful, like, whitish kind of purple shade. So I'm going in with that, and I'm putting it right over here in the center of my lid. So for the innermost corner, I'm using the shade Tahiti, and that's because it's the only like purple shimmer here. So I'm just adding a small amount right there to the inner corners of my eyes. It's a very like soft, gentle purple that can definitely go very well with you know, like a pastel look, if that's what you're searching for. Hey everyone, so this is the final second look that I have done using the Nomad palette, and I obviously wanted to create like a pastel look, and it really inspired me to whip out my, you know, teal hair, which I have not worn in a very long time. But how were the shades? Okay, so today we used 6 shades. I basically used 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 and 6 on top over here. So I personally think that the shades worked really well. I felt that the mattes were super blendable and very pigmented, as you can see right here on my eye. Let me just move that camera a bit closer. So yeah, just looking at this, I feel like the mattes were so blendable, so easy to work with. And then when you come to those shimmers over there, those shimmers were just beautiful as well, like so easy, you know, to blend together and so pretty. I don't know, I loved how pigmented this was. It was vivid, and then as I was creating it, I really was thinking like, okay, this reminds me of a mermaid look, so I'm gonna just whip out my mermaid hair. And these cute little beads that you see on my face are from Shein. I decided to start getting a bit more creative with my looks, and for the eyeliner I basically used a lot of BH cosmetic pencils. I really love these. I feel like they're just so creamy and so pigmented, so I kind of used a mixture of like the teal one, the shimmer teal, and then there was the shimmer pearl, which is like a skin color, so I kind of put that like right in the inner corner of my eyes. And of course I went in with my Maybelline gel liner, you know, for the black, and I used my Kiss lashes. And yeah, you know, for the highlighter and everything, I went in again with, you know, Whoosh Beauty. They have that fold out face palette, and I really have been liking, you know, the colors from there, so I've been using that for my contouring and everything else, as well as like on my lips. Really happy with the way that this look turned out. I think that it's really pretty, and it makes me feel like a mermaid. And who thought that you would be able to I mean, I just think that, yeah, I'm probably going to be doing a lot of like island themed looks, because I just feel like it's the perfect time to do this. I mean, it's a, you know, Paradise Island, like, yeah, you could find a mermaid on Paradise Island, why not? Okay, so let's go to the third look. I will see you over there. Welcome to the third tutorial. We're gonna start by going in with the shade Mana, which is this really pretty pastel orange, and I haven't used that yet, so I'm really excited. Look at this, it's so freaking pigmented. Okay, so I'm not even like blending yet, I'm just tapping the color onto my eye. And I'm gonna be doing that like along the crease line for the entire eye. Okay, so now I'm taking the color Sky, which is like a light pink, and I'm gonna be kind of blending that out. I'm putting that on top of that orange shade and kind of just blending that. Okay, so because the pink is like really soft, I'm going to be taking Seashell, which is that purple that I used in the previous look, and I'm just going to be adding it here. Because I just kind of want to have a slightly darker end Like, I don't want it to be so light. Okay, so now I'm going in with the shade Moon, which is a really, really pretty shimmer, and I think I'm gonna put it just slightly before the inner crease of my eye. Okay, next I'm going in with the shade Sun, which is a really, really pretty pink shimmer, and I'm just joining that with Moon. Okay, and now I'm going in for the darkest pink in the palette, which is Moria, and it's a shimmer, and I'm just gonna add it right to the ends of my eyes over here. Okay, so now I'm going in with Bora Bora, which is that white shade. It's like white and pink, and I'm just putting it right here in the inner corners of my eyes, and wow, this is so bright. It is really, really bright. I could almost use it like a highlighter. I think I will. Okay, so I wasn't going to put this shade in, but because it's looking more and more like a sunset look, I'm going to take the shade Tahiti, which is that purple that I already used, and I'm just adding her right over here to the ends of my eye. And you know, as you probably saw in the other look as well as in this look, what basically is happening here is that these shades, even though they look really, really dark in the palette, like when I'm actually using them over here, they look very, very muted, like very, very much like pastel shades actually. Hey you! Okay, so this is what the third look is looking like, and I have added some embellishments to my eyes, as you can probably see, and I used a total of 8 shades to complete this look. I felt like, you know, just going in with all of those warm tones. So as a recap, these are the shades that I ended up using, this entire row over here, plus the purples over there, and you know, I think that the look came out pretty well. So something that did strike me was actually just that, you know, some of these shades in the palette look really, really dark and really deep, but when you actually put them on your eye, they actually work for pastel tones as well. Yeah, so it's just a very pastel-y, very spring palette, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. I actually forgot to mention that I used 9 shades, not 8. So if you zoom into my eye right over here, you'll see that there's that green. I actually went and added in, you know, the color Fish over here, simply because I felt like, you know, the look needed an extra pop. So yeah, that color, that green that you're seeing over there is Fish. And then you can also see several eyeliners. So you can see that there's a purple eyeliner. That is a Revlon eyeliner that I used in the shade Pure Plum. And then I used a green shade from Morphe. So I will add all of these details down below. And the main eyeliner, which is on the top of my lid, that is from Maven Beauty. And I think that it worked out really, really well. And that gorgeous highlighter that you're seeing on my face is from Ofra Cosmetics. For my mouth, I used 2 shades. I used Third Eye from Lime Crime. This is no longer available, but you should be able to find a similar shade. You know, it's a very, very dark, sparkly pink. You should be able to find something like that. I didn't use too much of it because I didn't want to overwhelm the look, since it's a very like pastel look, so I didn't want to do that. And I topped it with the Ioni lip gloss. I got this for like $1 from Dollar Tree, and I don't always like the consistency of Ioni because it's very, very sticky when you put it on, but I do like the color, so I kept it. And I felt like it worked for this look. So those are the look details. You've probably noticed that there's one shade I have not tapped into, and that is Ocean right over here. So stay tuned, we're going to go into Ocean like in the 4th look. Welcome to the 4th tutorial. So now I'm going in with the shade Dolphin. Okay, so the next shade I'm going in with is Stingray, which is like a darker version of the first shade. Okay, so now I'm going in with Hua Hin, which is that super vibrant blue that I really, really enjoy using, and I'm just gonna add that one over here. And I'm using a very, very small brush. As you can see, it's actually the same brush that I've been using for all of these colors, but I'm using my brush cleaner so I don't have to switch it up, and that really helps me with, it really helps with cleaning later on, because I don't have to clean as many brushes, so I really love my cleaning sponges. And now I'm going in with another one of the shades I really love, and that is Lizard. So I'm adding Lizard right over here with Huayin. Okay, so now I'm going in with Tiki, which I'm gonna be adding right over here towards the end of my eyes. Right, so now I'm going in with my P. Louise acid rain paint, and I'm going to be cutting a crease. Okay, so now I'm going in with the shade Tiki. It really took a long time, by the way, to get this cut crease done because I was just trying to get it and it was so hard. But anyway, I'm taking the brush and I'm just tapping it. And by the way, like, I was also having a new TV installed at the same time. So yeah, if you can see all those cracks and stuff, it's because I was taking some time, you know, obviously to get back into my makeup. But anyway, we're gonna continue the process. So here I am. Okay, so the next shade I'm going in with is Lizard. I already tapped a little onto my eye because I didn't realize that I hadn't started filming, but yeah, this is basically going to be in the center. Okay, so this is what my eye is looking like at the moment, and I think that right now I waited a bit too long to put my base on. Like I said, I was moving the TV and it's kind of become like super dry, making it a bit difficult for me to actually get my color on there. But what I'm gonna be doing anyway is putting, you know, the shimmers on top, so I think it should look fine. So the next color I'm going in with is Huayin, and I just love this blue. I really cannot get enough of this blue. I feel like I could wear just this blue like everywhere. So now I'm going in with the shade Mana, and that's gonna be like the shade right here in the inner corner of my eyes. Okay, so I'm just taking Stingray and I'm gonna be blending that out over here and then going in like the lightest shade right at the tips of my eyes. Okay, and now we're going in with Dolphin. Okay, so now I'm going to take the shade Fish and I'm going to put it like above Tiki, because I wanted like to show you what the shades look like when they have a colored base as well. Okay, now I'm going in with the shade Turtle and I'm tapping that above the dark green. Okay, now I'm going in with the shade Ocean, which is, you know, the shade I've never used, but I thought it would go so well on top of that shade, and I was right. Yeah, just look at how much more vibrant it comes out when you know, have that beautiful base there. And I'm blending it in a bit with the other shimmer that I just put, Turtle. And yeah, it's looking so pretty. I really love the way this is looking. Now I'm going in for the shade Shark, which is that really bright blue. I'm taking a Whale last of all and I'm putting it like right over here just to kind of end it with a very light steely kind of blue. I really love Whale. Okay, now I'm taking the shade Moon. I think sometimes colors are put there, you know, intentionally. They are arranged in a certain way for a reason. So this is what it's looking like. I'm going to do my eyeliner and then I'm going to come back and show you my final look. This is the final result for the 4th tutorial, and I swear this was the longest it has taken me to do a look in quite some time. I think I spent 5 hours trying to finish up this look because, one, I'm not as skilled when it comes to like a full cut crease. I really prefer half cut creases because they're just so much easier, but today I was like, let me try something different since I have a bit of time, and I really wanted to do a good job to showcase the colors in the palette and everything. So yeah, I did a full cut crease. I was actually thinking of only doing like matte shades today, and you know what happened was, because of the TV and you know like some time lost, I noticed that my base was starting to crack. So then I thought, okay, I'm gonna do the mattes as my base, and then I'm gonna like go over that with the shimmer. So if I'm not mistaken, I have used 11 colors in the Nomad palette to actually do this look, and I wasn't intending to do that at all. I'm just counting the shades over here. So I think I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then yeah, 10 and 11. So yeah, 11 shades to do this look, but I'm so happy with the result. I have had this now on my face for yeah, like 5 hours, and you can see what it's looking like. I did not touch up my look in terms of like, you know, going over like all the shimmers and everything. It's exactly how it was when I applied it for the first time. So I'm really happy with the results, and I just really love the way it looks. I feel like this is such a lovely, you know, springtime kind of like island paradise look. I feel like it reminds me of a cocktail that I may be drinking on the beach. I really love it. I really do, and I'm just so happy with the way that the colors are working. In terms of my other makeup details, I used the shades Me and Toffee from my lipstick. Both are from Juvia's Place, and I came up with this color, and the reason I did that is because of that tiny little, you know, detail over there, that peach shade that I had put into my look to make the whole thing pop. And something else that I want to mention is that the eyeliner is from Maven Beauty. So if I'm not mistaken, the shade was Atlantis. I'll put the details down below. And I did find it slightly hard to work with that eyeliner, especially when I was coming like up there, and that was a different shade, that was Lagoon. And that's the reason why, you know, I decided like I'm not gonna take that graphic liner all the way here because I'm really scared that I'm gonna spoil the look, and I decided to go in with my rhinestones instead. But you know, I really like how it turned out. I'm so happy with this look. I really am. I don't even want to take it off, but I will have to, obviously. And that's the sad part, right, about doing makeup that you love so much and that you want to just showcase to the entire world. You have to take it off at some point. So yeah, that really sucks, but it is what it is. If you want the foundation and the contouring, please look in the details below, because it's generally like the same stuff that I use like for my face all the time, because I just prefer to stick to like stuff I'm comfortable with. But so far I'm having so much fun with this palette. I'm so happy with it. I think it's so beautiful and it just brings so much joy. So I'm really excited to get into the last 2 looks with you. I will see you over there. Hey, welcome to tutorial 5. I'm going in with the shade Lizard, and I'm just going to be packing that here, like in my crease, because I'm gonna be cutting out like a cut crease over there. So I'm just gonna tap that color to get as much pigment as I can. So now I'm taking the shade Tiki, which is that brighter green shade, and I'm just going to go and blend out these edges a little bit. Okay, so I've done my cut crease, as you can see, and now what I'm going to do is go in with the shade Mana, and I'm going to be adding it to the ends, like both ends, so here and here. Okay, and now I'm taking the shade Sky, which is that pastel pink, and I'm tapping it right into the center of my eyelid. I'm going to be going over this shade with a shimmer, but I wanted to feature it and just show you what it looks like on a white background, because previously when I used it, it kind of just blended in with my skin and you couldn't really see it, but at least now you kind of get like a better idea of like what the pigment of this shade is like. So as you can see, it's a very pretty pastel pink, and I think it looks really nice. I'm just gonna tap a bit more and get a bit more pigment onto my eye. Alright, so I'm going to cover my whole eye with the shade Moon because I have a specific thing that I'm going for here. I know that seems kind of strange since I put like 2 other colors underneath that, but I'm just taking that as my base, and I'm going to see if those, you know, colors underneath give a different effect to this particular shimmer shade, because this is really the star for me. This is the final look for the 5th tutorial, and I'm so happy with it. Basically, I wanted to feature, you know, that gorgeous coral color that I saw on the palette, and that is the color Moon. I thought that it's so pretty, and I really just wanted to do like, you know, a different kind of color combination, maybe one that you don't always see, and I decided to go with the greens and, you know, the corals. And the idea came from like this particular cut crease thing. It was actually supposed to be like a 60s inspired look, and I got the idea from my friend Anna's Domain. She was just like, you know, do this and blah blah blah, so I was like, okay, thank you, like I'm gonna try that out. But then the eyeliner, you know, was supposed to go downwards, and I ended up doing a wing, so it's kind of like 60s inspired but not fully 60s. But anyway, I used 5 shades from the palette, and that's these here, 1, 2, 3, and then the 2 green mattes. And this is, you know, how it turned out. So working with the shades was pretty good, I would say. I didn't have any difficulties. I definitely felt like the colors are so vibrant just looking at them like this. And if I just zoom in, I can show you these tiny little flowers that I picked up from Shein. They're actually like nail art, you know, pieces, and I thought that it would just look so pretty with this look, especially because these are the flowers that are on the Nomad palette. And I was just so happy when I found these. Like, this was not like intentional, by the way. I just happened to see them like in my nail art stuff, and I was like, okay, you know, I need to use this now. And this green over here is a Morphe eyeliner. Details will be listed below, and the black is from Maven Beauty. And as for my lipstick, I decided to go in with Toffee and Cocoa from Juvia's Place. I felt like this was, you know, going to kind of like neutralize my mouth and kind of make the eyes stand out a bit more. So I feel like everything kind of worked out exactly as I wanted it to. And these are the flowers that are on the palette. So yeah, I guess I kind of wanted to match the palette. And I'm just very happy with how this turned out. And one more thing, my blush, that gorgeous color that you can see over there, it's kind of like my blush and my highlighter. So you know me, I like convenience, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna go in with that shade because I really think it's gonna look very nice on my skin tone. So I threw it on there, and I was just so happy with the overall result. Like, I had done my contouring, and then I put Moon, and you can see how beautiful Moon looks on my face. It is such a beautiful color. I absolutely love it. So yeah, super happy with the way this look has turned out. That's basically all that I have to say about the look. I will see you for the 6th one, and then I'm going to give you my overall review of, you know, what I think about this palette. Hey everyone, welcome to tutorial 6. I hope that you're excited. I know that I am. Okay, so I'm gonna start by going in with the shade Tiki, which is that really pretty green color, and I'm doing a very simple look for this one. I'm not gonna overdo it. Well, I'll try not to. Okay, so we're taking Tiki, we're putting her right over here. Okay, the next shade I'm going in for is Seashell, which is that light purple. So I'm taking it, you know, just putting it right over here. Okay, so now I'm going in with the shade Wahin, and I'm just putting a little bit of it over here, kind of like at the end, mostly because I want to feature, you know, the shade Ocean, and I kind of thought that this would make it slightly easier. Okay, so I'm just taking the shade Dolphin on a floofier brush, and I'm gonna put it at the top, kind of to blend out, you know, these other shades over here. Okay, so the color I really wanted to feature was Ocean, which is a really, really beautiful, like sparkly blue that you can see over here. And I just love this color so much. So I'm actually gonna go backwards for this. I'm not doing a cut crease. Okay, so now since we have that purple over there, I want to go in with the shade Tahiti and show you what that looks like as well. Just, you know, without a base, like. Now I'm going in with the shade Fish, which is, you know, just a gorgeous shimmer green, and I'm adding it to like the top part of my lip. Okay, and now I'm putting Bora Bora right there. Pretty shine to it, and I love the way Bora Bora, and then there's the other blue shade, Whale. I love the way that those two shades just lift the look. Hey you, okay, so we have made it, you know, to the 6th tutorial, and this is the look that I created. I had no idea what I was going to be going for with this look. I was like, I'm going to keep it simple, and then I ended up with this, so that plan obviously didn't work, but I love the look that I created. I feel like it is just so pretty and so different, and I kind of feel like a parrot, but I really don't mind because I love colors. I mean, obviously I do. I mean, my channel is called Colourful Indian. But anyway, how is it working with the shades? Now I get to break it down and like talk to you about every single detail about this palette. So I have a list of things that I'm going to go through. So I'm going to start first of all with the aesthetics of the palette itself. Just looking at the palette, when I opened it, I really felt like this was a beautiful palette. I was so excited, you know, by the packaging and by everything about it. And then opening it up and just looking at that color story, I was really thrilled. I felt that it was so pretty, and you know, I love colors. I really do. So I mean, there are so many colorful palettes on the market, but you know, I felt like when I saw this, it just made me really happy. And the thing I really like about Nomad's palettes is their consistency. You know, like whenever they release something, they always have like a postcard, and then they've got information on that postcard, and then it's just so personalized, and I just like that about the brand. But talking about this particular palette, I do like the way that they've come up with this. Like clearly you can see that there's intention in the color story. Like over here, these are all the warm tones, and then you come to your greens and your blues, and from your blues you head on to your purples. And I felt like this actually was one of their best palettes. I think this is probably one of my favorite palettes now, because I just felt so inspired. Like when I sat down to do looks with this, I was always thinking, how can I feature these colors in a way that's, you know, interesting and different, and something that I would enjoy wearing outside. So I really felt like seeing this palette, it inspired me, and I thought the shades were really beautiful. So I was just really happy with the color story. And just the way you can make so many different looks. I really feel like you could do a lot of looks with this palette, like not just what I have done. You know, I feel like I could easily create like 20-30 looks from this, because there's just so much going on here. Like you could easily go you know, like column by column. You could go, you know, like maybe like take three colors. You could do the 3-color thing. Like even if you just look at the palette like this, you can see that there's so much like, you know, purpose behind the way they've arranged the shades. So like, you know, there are 2 purples here, so you could just do purple if you want, or if you wanted, you could just do 2 blues, or you could just do 2 greens, you know. So in that sense, I really appreciated the way that they had even arranged the colors. It made it easier for me to work as a makeup artist. And then I really liked these 2 shades. Obviously, like I kept going back for this blue and that green. And yeah, so like let's talk about the shades. So the mattes themselves, I felt that they were really bold, bright mattes, very easy to work with. And like, I just want to show you this video where I was picking up my color. So you can see that even though that blue on my eye, and that's this blue right over here, Huahin, yeah, like you can see that it's so like bold and bright, but like when I was picking it up, there was definitely like, you know, like this kind of like powdery thing going on. So I did experience that with the mattes. However, despite that, I think I didn't experience that much of fallout, which I was really grateful for, because I don't really like palettes that, you know, fall all over your eyes and they make that mess, and then you have to go and clean up. And yeah, so I don't always enjoy that. If it's a little bit of fallout, I completely understand and I'm really okay with that. But if it's like a significant amount to the point where your entire face is covered in like a color, like I have experienced that with some palettes and I didn't really like that. So with this palette, I was really grateful that even though it was a bit powdery, I would say that, you know, the pigmentation was still excellent. Like you can see what my eyes look like, you can see how bright the colors are, and it didn't take a lot of work to get that pigmentation onto my eyelids. So that's what I liked. As for the shimmer shades and the duochromes, I really thought they were very, very buttery, very easy to work with. All you had to do is get it on your brush and then, you know, put it there and it would stay there. And what I really appreciated about the shimmers and the duochromes was that they did not need touching up. I have worn these looks for like, you know, 5 hours, 6 hours, and I didn't feel like I needed to touch up my look at all. I just felt like it just lasted. So that's another thing that I really, really appreciated about, you know, using all of these different colors. And something else I think is this can also be a pastel palette. I think that's the reason why I did so many looks with this, because I was trying to see like what exactly can I do with this palette, and I felt like I was able to get lots of really nice combinations of colors, you know, things that I haven't tried before. And I was really happy about that. I really, really was. So I feel like with this palette, you can get, you know, pastel looks, you can get summery looks, you can get spring looks, you can get the monotone looks if you want. And, you know, I just love the fact that some of the shimmers are so unique. Like, I really, really love the shade Ocean. Like, I love this shade. I really do. Like, I have a thing for blues, like, and cool tones. So, like, I don't know, when I saw these colors, I was like, yeah, I need to try that. And I love this shade over here. That is Whale and Bora Bora are so beautiful. Like, I could use these as highlighter shades. I really, really could, because they're just so pretty. Like, I cannot get enough of these colors. They look like I really wanted to get colors like this, so I was really happy that Nomad had put this color like into their palette, because it's kind of like, yeah, you know, I got what I wanted. So I was really, really happy about that. So for this look, I felt like because I had got that, you know, patch of purple like right over here, you can see like what my eyes are looking like at the moment. And I'm just changing the lighting so you can kind of see the colors better. But basically I used many different eyeliners here. So I used Maven Beauty, and then I used Maven Beauty a bit down here too. Then I switched to Revlon, and you know, I put Revlon there. Then I went in with BH Cosmetics, which is that teal eyeliner over there, and I used the shade Bora Bora up here as my highlighter, and I also put it in the inner corners of my eyes because I really felt it's a beautiful shade and I just love using it. I really think it's pretty. And then you can see that there was that, you know, little bit of pinky purple going on over there, and I had taken another shade actually and put that there too. So I did kind of end up using a lot more shades in this look, and I don't regret it. I just like adding more and more colors to it. I will put the details. Yeah, that is Moria. That little bit of pink over there is Moria, which is in the palette, and I felt I wanted to just add that in. I thought it would match, and I think it did. And for lipstick, I went in with MAC Burning Love. This is a Powder Kiss lipstick, and I also used Fetish to kind of make it like a more purpley kind of like pink look, because I felt like this is kind of like more purple and green and blue, and I didn't want like a super like hot pink, or you know, like just a very, very pink look. Yeah, so those are the makeup details. I will put everything down below in more detail for you. I like the formula of the mattes as well as the shimmers. I think that everything has been working pretty damn well, I think. As for the cracking, as I mentioned, you know, I just hadn't set my base properly because the colors did not like come out patchy or cracked, you know, like when I use them in other ways. So I can honestly say that, like, yeah, it was just like the way I had applied my base for that one look. And in terms of like versatility now, I love it when I can use different shades for not just my eyes, but you know, maybe I can use it for my contouring or for my blush, or you know, for highlighter or whatever. So here I really like the palette also because I was able to use, you know, that shade Moon as my blush. And I'm pretty sure that I could also use the shade Sun, and I'm very sure that I could use Whale and Bora Bora as highlighters too if I really wanted to. So I kind of feel like all in all, yeah, versatility wise, you can definitely do a lot more looks than what I've shown you today. This was, you know, me trying my best to feature the colors as much as possible so that you could kind of get an understanding of how the palette works and, you know, how the formula is like, what the texture is like as well, and I feel like it's all very comfortable for the skin. Like I didn't feel any like sense of dryness or anything like that. It's just very comfortable when you wear it, so that is good. Like that's another good thing about the palette. And then so we know that it's versatile. You can use it for more than just your eyes. You know that it is also durable because it's going to last for like a significant period of time. That's quite big for me, like, you know, the touching up and everything. Another factor that I want to talk about is, you know, customer service and customer experience, because I am a customer just like you. And for me, something that always has, I haven't brought this up in my other videos, but something that has always made a very, very big difference to me as a customer is when the brand that I purchase from treats me very well, treats me very politely, and gives you good service. I think that, you know, customer experience is actually important, you know, when you're buying from a brand, because it can actually, it doesn't matter if you have like the best palette in the world if your customer service sucks. That's really what I believe, because I have tried buying from brands who've had terrible customer service, and then at that point you just don't care what the palette looks like anymore. You're just like, why did I even support this brand? So something that I've noticed about Nomad, so this is obviously a PR palette, so, you know, I got it like whenever they wanted to send it out. But even here, like I asked them, can I get this, you know, a bit earlier so I can do a good job, and they sent it earlier, and I was really touched by that because they don't have to do that. So I always appreciate when a brand kind of like hears you, and then, you know, they try to help you out. And I have had some really, really bad experiences with indie brands that have just made me go like, oh my goodness, I just can't even believe that I'm going through this experience with them. And I've just not been able to go back to these brands, because I've also heard from like other makeup artists who are friends that they didn't have experiences that were good either. So I felt that this was an important thing to rate, you know, as well when it comes to Nomad. And what I like about Nomad is that even as a customer, when I purchased a lot of palettes from them last Black Friday, the shipping was ridiculously fast. I feel like I bought something and then in like 4 or 5 days, like I think it was 4 days. In 4 days, my palette, like all the palettes I had bought had shown up, like, you know, to my house. And I was just like, what? Like that is so fast. So that was one thing I liked. And then the other thing was the amount of detail and appreciation they have for their customers, the way they talk to you. The customer service, I think, is really good. Like, honestly, like for me, it does make a difference, and I want to rate that because I think it's important, like when, you know, you're shopping. And another thing is that Nomad always supports a cause. So even with this palette, they are, you know, donating to 2 different organizations. And it says over here, proud supporter of Timana o Te Moana and Tiki Toa Adopt a Coral. So you know that when you're purchasing this palette, you're not just purchasing the palette, you're also supporting like 2 organizations, which I think is a really nice touch that I have not seen from other brands. And that's why I felt like I need to bring this up, because the customer experience, as well as like what the palette means to you on a personal level, is very important. And I feel like Nomad has always touched me in a personal way, which is why I love doing videos for them, and I just love like showcasing their palettes and, you know, all these looks. I love doing it on my channel. It's because it really does make that difference for me personally. Palette, I really, really loved it. I think the design is beautiful. I love the sea turtle touch. I loved that. I thought that was so, so cute. And I'm just really, really pleased with it. I would highly recommend this palette to anyone who loves colors, who wants to try something bold, who wants to just, you know, enjoy themselves. And that's the thing about this palette too, in terms of versatility. Even if you don't want to do like a look like what I've done today, which is, you know, like this, you can still just use 1 or 2 shades and it's still gonna be beautiful. And that's what I appreciate about Nomad. It's just so versatile, and I love the palette. I really, really do. I'm just really grateful. If you've taken the time to watch it right till the end, thank you so much. I really hope that this has helped you make a decision about whether you want to purchase the palette or not. And one more interesting thing about the palettes are that and this is in all Nomad cosmetic palettes, by the way. They always use like an ingredient from, you know, like the area that they've based the palette on. So for this one, they've put in coconut oil, which is obviously good for the skin, and I'm just happy. Yeah, I'm happy that they've done that, you know, and I think that's another very unique thing about the brand that you are seeing today. So yeah, Nomad has a fan in me. Even though this is a PR palette, they've always been so chill and so wonderful about everything. So I really think that this is a brand that I'm proud to support, and I really love the palette. I love how much detail, how much thought they put into every single palette that they have put out, and I'm always happy when I try their colors because the formula is amazing, guys. Like seriously, it really is. So yeah, I hope this has helped you make, you know, a decision about whether you want to purchase the palette or not. I think that if you love colors, this is the palette for you. If you're a little scared to try colors, that's okay, because they've arranged it in a way that's, you know, friendly for beginners. Like I said, you can go column by column, you can go row by row, you can go like the two colors, like just take the matte and the shimmer, and you're just going to be able to come up with 101 different looks from this palette. If you feel like I have left something out and you'd like to know about, you know, the palette in some way that I have not answered in this video, I'm happy to answer whatever you need to know about the palette. So don't be shy, drop it down in the comments and I will get back to you. I like doing in-depth reviews of palettes just so that people who are thinking about purchasing them can see what it's like to actually use the palette and, you know, get a feel of what it would be like once they own it. So if that's the kind of thing that you like, please subscribe. I would love to have you here. And for everybody else who has been supporting me for some time now, thank you very much. I really appreciate that you are, you know, here all the time supporting me and helping me out. And that brings us to the end of our Nomad Paradise Islands journey. For me, I think that the journey is going to definitely continue. I'm definitely going to be using this palette again and again. But for those of you who have not yet tried the palette, I'm pretty sure you're excited because your journey is just about to begin. I hope that you all have a wonderful week. I will see you very soon with a new video. And until then, be safe. Lots of love.